Let me tell y'all something. If you want to be successful, if you want to go places in life, you got to put God first. Ain't no way around it. I don't care how much money you got, how many followers you got, how many degrees you hanging on the wall. Without God, it ain't gonna last. See, a lot of folks out here think they can do it all by themselves. They wake up, go grind, chase the bag, but they forget who gave them the breath to wake up in the first place. Listen to me. God is the plug. He the one with the connections, the opportunities, the doors you ain't even seen yet. Let me tell y'all something real important today. If you want to see real change in your life, if you want to go places you never thought possible, you got to put God first. Ain't no way around it. You can try to do it your way. You can hustle. You can grind. You can chase every dollar. But at the end of the day, if God ain't in it, it ain't going to last. That's just the truth. See, a lot of folks get it twisted. They think success is all about how much work you put in. Now, don't get me wrong. You should work hard. You should be dedicated. But let me tell you something. You can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but if God's hand ain't on it, it won't go nowhere. That's why you see some folks out here with all the talent in the world, all the skills, all the education, but they still stuck. They still struggling. Why? Because they left God out the plan. Now, let me break this down for you. Imagine you got a car. You got the best engine, the cleanest rims, the shiniest paint job. You sitting in that thing looking real good. But guess what? If you ain't got no gas in the tank, you ain't moving nowhere. That's what life is like without God. You might look like you got it all together on the outside, but without Him, you just sitting there stuck in the same place. And I know some of y'all might be thinking, well, I know plenty of people who don't pray, who don't believe in God, and they doing just fine. Yeah, they look fine, but let me tell you something about life without God. It might feel good for a little while. It might even seem like everything is working, but sooner or later it falls apart. See, money can't buy peace. Fame can't buy joy. Success can't buy purpose. You ever seen people who got everything the world says should make them happy, but they still miserable? That's because they missing the most important piece, the foundation. When you put God first, everything else falls into place. That don't mean you ain't gonna have struggles. That don't mean life is gonna be easy. But what it does mean is that when storms come, and they will come, you got somebody holding you up. You got somebody guiding your steps. You got somebody opening doors for you that you didn't even knock on. See, people think success is about connections, who you know, who can put you on, who can give you an opportunity. Let me tell you something. God is the ultimate connection. He got doors you don't even know exist. He got opportunities with your name on them. But if you're too busy trying to do it all yourself, if you're too busy leaving Him out the equation, you're going to miss out. You ever notice how some people, no matter how much they struggle, they always come out on top? They always seem to land on their feet, even when everything around them is falling apart. That ain't luck. That's favor. And favor don't come from your hard work alone. It comes from putting God first. Favor will take you places hustle never could. Favor will bring you opportunities you ain't even qualified for. Favor will make people say, I don't know why I'm doing this, but something in me just feel like I gotta help you. That's God. So here's what you got to do. Start your day with Him. Talk to Him. Trust Him. Acknowledge Him in everything you do. Before you make a decision, ask Him. Before you step into something new, pray on it. Let God be the CEO of your life, not just somebody you call when things go wrong. See, a lot of folks treat God like a spare tire. They don't think about Him till they stuck on the side of the road. But when you put Him first, when you seek Him daily, you don't have to wait till the storm comes. You're already covered. So I'm telling you right now, if you want real success, real peace, real purpose, you got to stop trying to run the show by yourself. Give God His place. Put Him first. And watch what He does in your life. I'm going to tell y'all something real important today. God is the source. I don't care how much money you got, how many degrees you earned, how big your house is. If God didn't give it, it ain't going to last. See, a lot of folks walk around thinking they got where they are all on their own. They think it's their hustle, their grind, their connections that made it happen. But let me tell you the truth. If God don't breathe on it, it don't move. See, we live in a world where people love to take credit. Oh, I built this from the ground up. I made myself a success. I got here because I put in the work. But let me ask you something. Who woke you up this morning? Who gave you the health to even go to work? Who gave you the mind to think, the hands to create, the favor that put you in the right place at the right time? See, you might have worked hard, but God is the one who gave you the ability to work. You might have talent, but God is the one who gave you that gift. You might have some big ideas, but God is the one who put them in your heart in the first place. Now, I know some of y'all sitting here thinking, well, I got this job because I applied for it. I built my business because I put in the hours. Yeah, that's true, but let me ask you, who gave you the opportunity? Who made sure your application landed in the right hands? Who made sure you met the right people? Who kept you sane when you felt like giving up? See, people forget that without God, none of this is possible. And let me tell you something. When you start thinking you the source, when you start acting like you don't need God, that's when things start falling apart. That's when you start feeling empty, even when everything looks good on the outside. You ever seen folks with all the money, all the fame, all the success, and they still miserable, still lost, still searching for something more? That's because money don't fill your soul. Success don't replace God. You can have everything the world says you should have and still feel like you got nothing because you left the real source out the picture. See, the difference between people who just get by and people who truly flourish is where their trust is. Some folks trust in their job. Some folks trust in their bank account. Some folks trust in their connections. But let me tell you something. Jobs get lost, money runs out, and people will let you down. But God never fails. When he blesses you, he don't add sorrow with it. When he opens a door, can't no man shut it. When he makes a way, it don't make sense, but it sure is real. Now, some of y'all are wondering, well, how do I know if I'm really trusting God as my source? Let me ask you, when times get tough, who do you run to first? When things start getting shaky, do you panic? Do you try to fix it all yourself, or do you go to God first? See, a lot of folks say they trust God, but soon as life gets rough, they act like he ain't even there. They start worrying, stressing. When you really believe God is your source, you stop stressing over every little thing. You stop tripping over bills, over opportunities, over what people say about you, because you know where your help comes from. See, God ain't out here stressing about your situation, so why are you? If you really trust that he's the source, you'd act like it. You'd move different. You'd pray first. You'd seek him before you make a decision. You stop worrying about people and start depending on God. And let me tell you, when you start living like God is your source, things shift. You stop chasing stuff, and stuff starts chasing you. You stop begging people for opportunities, and doors just start opening on their own. You stop living in fear, and you start walking in faith, because you know if God is for you, because it don't matter who against you. So I'm telling you today, stop acting like you got here by yourself. Stop thinking your job is your provider. Stop thinking your hustle is the reason for your blessings. It's God. It's always been God. And when you recognize that, when you give him his place, when you put him first and trust him as your source, you're going to see things in your life change in ways you never imagined. 2 overall key points, and add only necessary ending line. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care how hard you work, how many hours you put in, how much you hustle. If God ain't in it, it ain't gonna last. See, we live in a world that tells you grind harder, work more, stay up later, outwork everybody. And don't get me wrong, hard work is important. You should give your best effort. You should stay disciplined. But let me ask you something. What's the point of all that work if it still don't bring you peace? What's the point of grinding every day if you still feel like something is missing? See, folks out here think success is just about the effort they put in. They say, if I just work harder, I'll make it. If I just push a little more, I'll get there. And yeah, effort is good, but effort without God is like running on a treadmill. You're doing a lot of moving, but you ain't getting nowhere. You ever seen somebody who works day and night, got multiple jobs, stay grinding, and they still broke, they still stressed, they still feel stuck? That's because they doing all the work, but they left the source out. Now let's be real. Hard work can get you somewhere, but it can't get you where only God can take you. See, when God puts his hand on your life, when he gives you favor, you get opportunities that don't even make sense. You get doors open that you ain't even knock on. You get things happening for you that ain't got nothing to do with your resume, your background, or who you know. That's what happens when you work with God instead of trying to do it without him. And I know some folks don't want to hear this. They want to believe that they made it happen, that their hustle is the reason for their success. But let me tell you something. If God don't bless it, it ain't going to sustain you. You might build it up, but it'll fall apart. You might gain it, but you won't keep it. That's why you see so many people out here who got money, but no peace. Got status, but no joy. Got everything they thought they wanted, but they still empty. Because work without God is just work. It don't fulfill you. It don't restore you. It don't give you purpose. Now, I know somebody sitting here thinking, well, I got to work to eat. I got to provide for my family. And you absolutely right. The Bible even says faith without works is dead. But let me break that down for you. It says faith without works is dead, but it don't say work without faith is alive. See, you're supposed to work, but you're supposed to work with God, not by yourself. Because when you work by yourself, you're just tired. You just worn out. You just chasing success instead of walking in purpose. You ever notice how some people work less than you, but they always seem to be blessed? They always seem to be taken care of? That's not luck. That's favor. That's because they put God first and God added the increase. See, you can grind all you want, but if you don't ask God to bless what you're doing, you just working in circles. Now, let me put it like this. Imagine two farmers planting seeds. One farmer just throws his seeds out and says, I'll just water this every day and it'll grow. The other farmer plants his seeds and says, Lord, I trust you to bring the harvest. Now, both of them working, both of them watering, but guess what? One got God in it and one don't. And when the storms come, when the drought hits, that second farmer gonna be all right because he didn't just trust in his own work, he trusted in God's favor. That's how life works. When you try to do it all on your own, when you try to make yourself the source, you get frustrated, you get stressed, you get burnt out. But when you let God be the foundation of your work, when you ask him to bless your efforts, you get results that make no sense. You get promoted when you wasn't qualified. You get opportunities when you wasn't even looking. You get taken care of even when it seemed impossible because God's hand is on it. So I need you to hear me today. Stop thinking your work alone is enough. Stop thinking that if you just push harder, grind longer, you're going to get to where you need to be. God is the one who opens doors. God is the one who provides. God is the one who makes ways out of no way. So work hard, but don't work without him. Ask him to bless your hands, bless your efforts, bless your business, bless your family. And watch what happens when you combine your work with his favor. Let me tell y'all something. Favor ain't fair, but it's real. See, people out here trying to figure out why some folks keep winning, why some folks keep getting opportunities they ain't even asked for, why doors keep opening for them when others struggling just to get a chance. And they looking around saying, that ain't fair. I work just as hard. I got more experience. I put in more time. But let me tell you something. Favor don't care about what's fair. When God puts his hand on your life, rules don't apply to you like they apply to everybody else. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying you can just sit around doing nothing and expect God to bless you. You got to work. You got to show up. You got to give your best. But favor Favor is what happens when your effort meets God's anointing. Favor is when you wasn't even qualified for the job, but they hire you anyway. Favor is when you didn't have the money, but somehow everything got paid. Favor is when you should have been counted out, but God stepped in and made a way. See, people think success is all about hard work, but I've seen folks who grind every day and still stay stuck. And I've seen other folks who ain't got half the experience, half the resources, but they got favor, and that favor put them in rooms they wasn't even supposed to be in. See, when God is on your side, people can't explain how you keep getting blessed. They look at your resume and shake their heads like, how did they get this position? They see your life and whisper, how are they still standing after everything they've been through? That's favor, and favor will get you places hustle never could. Now, some of y'all might be thinking, well, how do I get favor? Let me tell you something. Favor ain't something you earn. It's something God gives. You can't buy it. You can't work for it. You can't hustle your way into it. Favor comes from putting God first, from trusting him, from staying faithful even when it don't make sense. Favor comes when you walk in obedience, when you keep doing the right thing, even when nobody's watching. See, some folks out here try to manipulate their way into blessings. They try to cut corners, cheat the system, backstab people just to get ahead. But let me tell you, what you get the wrong way, you got to keep the wrong way. If you cheat to get it, you're going to have to keep cheating to maintain it. If you lie to get it, you're going to have to keep lying to hold on to it. But when God blesses you, can't nobody take it from you. When God promotes you, no man can demote you. When God opens a door, no hater, no critic, no jealous spirit can shut it. Now, I know life don't always feel fair. I know some of y'all feel like you've been working, grinding, praying, and it seemed like everybody else getting blessed but you. But let me tell you something, just because you don't see it yet, don't mean God. See, favor don't always show up when you expect it. Sometimes God will let you struggle for a season, and he'll let you feel overlooked. He'll let you go through some things, not because he forgot about you, but because he's building your character before he blesses you. Because when favor hits your life, you got to be ready for it. If you ain't prepared, you mess up the blessing. So don't get discouraged when it seems like things ain't happening fast enough. Don't compare your life to nobody else's, because what's for you is for you. God got a specific blessing with your name on it, and when the time is right, can't nobody stop it. I'm gonna tell you, when favor hits, it'll have people confused. It'll have folks upset. They're gonna look at you and try to figure out why you keep winning. They're gonna try to pick apart your success, look for reasons why you shouldn't be where you are. And guess what? You ain't gotta explain nothing. Just tell them, this ain't me. This is God. Because when favor shows up, it don't need no explanation. So stop worrying about who's ahead of you. Stop stressing about how long it's taking. Stop doubting yourself just because the world ain't recognized you yet. God don't move on man's timeline. When he gets ready to bless you, he'll do it so big that even your enemies got to admit it was him. Let me tell y'all something. Obedience brings blessings. See, a lot of folks out here wonder why things ain't working out, why they keep running into walls, why every time they take one step forward, life knock them 2 steps back. And they think it's bad luck. They think it's somebody hating on them. They think it's just the way life is. But let me ask you something. Are you really listening to what God told you to do? Because if you ain't moving in obedience, don't expect the blessings to flow. See, we live in a world where everybody want to do things their way. Folks want to pick and choose when to follow God. They want to listen when it's convenient, when it feel good, when it align with what they already wanted to do. But soon as God asks him to do something that don't make sense, soon as he asks him to step out in faith, soon as he tells them to let go of something, now they got excuse. Now they trying to negotiate. Now they want to act like they didn't hear him. But let me tell you something. You can't expect God's best when you living in disobedience. See, obedience ain't just about following rules. It's about trusting that God knows what's best for you. It's about saying, Lord, I may not understand it, but I trust you enough to do it anyway. Because the truth is, God sees what you don't see. He knows what's ahead. He knows what's coming. He knows what he's protecting you from. But some of y'all so stubborn, so caught up in doing things your own way that you keep walking right into situations he tried to save you from. Some of y'all stay in relationships God told you to leave, and now you wonder why your heart keep getting broken, why you keep feeling drained, why you can't find peace. God already told you to let it go. Some of y'all keep taking jobs he told you to walk away from, and now you stressed every day, you miserable, you feel stuck. God already told you that ain't the place for you. Some of y'all got dreams, visions, ideas that God placed in your heart, but you keep ignoring them, telling yourself, now ain't the time, or I don't have what it takes. But guess what? Delayed obedience is still disobedience. If God told you to do something, he already made a way for it to happen. You just got to trust him enough to take the first step. Now, I know what some of y'all thinking, but what if I mess up? What if I already made the wrong choices? Listen, we all fall short sometimes. We all miss the mark. But the beautiful thing about God, his grace is still there. See, obedience ain't about being perfect. It's about being willing. It's about saying, Lord, I might have got it wrong before, but I'm ready to get it right now. And the moment you make that choice, the moment you surrender and say, God, I trust you, that's when things start shifting in your life. That's when doors start opening. That's when peace starts showing up where stress used to live. See, God ain't looking for perfect people. He's looking for obedient ones. The ones who say, even when I don't understand, I'll follow you. The ones who say, even when it's hard, I'll trust you. The ones who say, even if it means letting go of something I love, I'll do it because I know you got something better. Because let me tell you, obedience will take you places talent can't. Obedience will open doors money never could. Obedience will put you in positions that no amount of connections could ever make happen. Look at the people in the Bible who walked in obedience. Every single one of them had to do something that didn't make sense. Noah built an ark before it ever rained. Abraham left his home without knowing where he was going. Moses stretched out his staff over a sea. See, obedience don't always make sense in the moment, but every time it led to a blessing bigger than they could imagine. Now, some of y'all are sitting here and you know exactly what God been telling you to do. You've been feeling that pull. You've been hearing that still small voice nudging you in a direction, but you keep ignoring it. And I get it. Sometimes obedience is scary. Sometimes it means stepping into the unknown. But let me tell you something. Fear don't cancel out faith unless you let it. If you let fear stop you from obeying God, you blocking your own blessings. Because on the other side of obedience, that's where the breakthrough is. That's where the favor is. That's where the peace you've been looking for is. So today I'm telling you, stop putting it off. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop trying to make sense of it. Just obey. Because when you step out in obedience, you step into everything God already planned for you. And I promise you, his plan is always better than yours. Let me tell y'all something. Your gift will make room for you. See, too many people spend their lives chasing after opportunities, running behind success, knocking on doors that won't open. They out here trying to force things to happen, trying to fit into spaces that wasn't even meant for them. But when you walk in your God-given gift, when you operate in the thing he already placed inside you, you ain't got to chase nothing. Doors will open on their own. See, God gave everybody something, a talent, a skill, a passion, something unique that he put inside you that can't nobody else do like you do. The problem is too many people ignore their gift because they're too busy chasing something that look more successful, more secure, or more popular. They're trying to be what the world tells them to be instead of what God created them to be. But let me tell you, you will never be fulfilled chasing after something that ain't yours. You will never have peace trying to be something you wasn't designed to be. See, when you work outside your gift, life feels like a struggle. You're always tired, always stressed, always feeling like you got to prove yourself. But when you move in your gift, it flows. It comes naturally. It don't mean you won't have to work hard, but it means the work won't feel like a burden, because your gift ain't just what you good at, it's what you was made for. Now, some of y'all sitting here saying, well, I don't know what my gift is. And that's because you ain't been paying attention. God already put it in you. It's the thing that excites you, the thing that comes easy for you but hard for others. It's the thing that you can do for hours and never get tired of. Some of y'all been doing it your whole life and don't even realize it's your gift because you're so busy overlooking it. See, we live in a world that only want to celebrate certain gifts. If you're a singer, a speaker, a businessman, people recognize that quick. But what if your gift is encouraging people? What if your gift is organizing, leading, problem solving? What if your gift is helping others? Just because the world don't hype it up don't mean it ain't powerful. Every gift has value. Every gift has purpose. And when you use what God gave you, that's when doors start opening. Some of y'all out here frustrated, struggling, feeling stuck, and it's because you working a job that ain't got nothing to do with your gift. You spending all your time building somebody else's dream instead of stepping into your own purpose. And I get it, you got to pay the bills. But let me tell you something. Your job is what you get paid for, but your gift is what you was made for. And when you start moving in your gift, it'll make room for you. It'll open doors you ain't even knock on. See, some of the most successful people in the world ain't got no fancy degrees, no big time connections. They just found their gift and worked it. They stopped trying to be something they wasn't, and they tapped into what God already put inside them. And once they did that, everything changed. Now, let me be clear. Your gift ain't magic. Just because you got it don't mean success gonna drop in your lap. You still gotta work it, develop it, grow it, because a gift that ain't nurtured won't take you nowhere. If you can sing but you never practice, if you can lead but you never step up, if you can create but you never put your work out there, don't expect doors to open. But when you do, when you take that step, when you trust God enough to walk in what he gave you, when you stop hiding your gift just because the world don't see its value yet, that's when you're going to see things start shifting. And let me tell you, your gift will put you in rooms your resume never could. Your gift will introduce you to people you never thought you'd meet. Your gift will bring opportunities that make no sense. Because when God breathes on what he put inside you, ain't nothing that can stop it. So stop sitting on your gift. Stop doubting what God gave you. Stop thinking that just cause it ain't flashy, it ain't important. If God put it in you, it got purpose. And when you use it, it'll make room for you. Let me tell y'all something. Faith requires action. See, a lot of folks say they got faith. They talk about trusting God. They shout about his promises. But when it comes time to move, they freeze up. They waiting for every detail to make sense, for the whole plan to be laid out, for all the risks to disappear before they take a step. But that ain't faith. Faith don't mean sitting around waiting for everything to be perfect. Faith means stepping out even when you don't see how it's going to work. See, a lot of people pray for things but don't prepare for them. They ask God for a breakthrough, but they ain't moving like they expect it to happen. They ask for an opportunity, but when it comes, they hesitate. They want to see the blessing before they make the move, but that's not how God works. God don't show you the whole staircase. He just shows you the next step. And if you're too scared to take it, you blocking your own blessing. Look at Noah. God told him to build an ark when there wasn't a drop of rain in the sky. Look at Abraham. God told him to pack up and go to a land he'd never seen. Look at Peter. Jesus told him to step out the boat onto water. None of it made sense in the moment. But faith ain't about making sense. It's about trusting God more than you trust your feet. Some of y'all been praying for a new job, but you ain't put in no applications. Some of y'all want a business, but you ain't taking the first step to start. Some of y'all want God to send you somebody to love, but you ain't even healed from the last situation yet. See, faith ain't just words. It's action. If you believe God gonna do it, then start moving like it's already done. But here's the thing. Faith ain't comfortable. Faith gonna stretch you. It's gonna put you in situations where you feel uneasy, where you gotta trust God more than your own understanding. And that's why so many people never see the fullness of what God has for them, because they refuse to get uncomfortable. They want to stay in the safe zone, in what they know and what they can control. But real faith means stepping out even when you're scared. See, some of y'all waiting on a sign. You waiting on the perfect moment. But what if the only thing missing is your movement? What if the blessing is already there, already prepared, already set up, but it's waiting on you to take the first step? Because that's how God works. He moves when you move. He ain't going to do what you can do for yourself. If he told you to step, then it's already handled. You just got to trust him enough to move. And listen, when you step out on faith, not everybody going to understand it. Some people going to question you. Some people going to doubt you. Some people going to tell you crazy for leaving that job, for starting that business, for following that dream. But faith don't need nobody's approval. Faith means trusting what God said even when nobody else believes it. So stop holding back. Stop waiting for things to be perfect. Stop letting fear keep you stuck in places you was never meant to stay. If God put it in your spirit, it's already done. You just got to move. And when you do, when you step out in faith, that's when you're going to see doors open that you ain't even knock on. That's when you're going to look back and say, I don't even know how that happened, but God did it. Because faith don't just talk, faith walks. Let me tell y'all something. God got a plan for you, a plan bigger than what you can see, bigger than what you can imagine. But you got to put him first. You got to trust him, obey him, use your gift, and step out on faith. See, every blessing, every breakthrough, every opportunity, it's already lined up. But you can't receive what God got for you if you keep holding back, if you keep letting fear stop you, if you keep trying to do things your way instead of his way. So today, make the decision. No more doubt, no more delays, no more excuses. Start moving like you believe. God got something great for you, because he does. Walk in obedience. Work your gift. Take that leap of faith and watch how he shows up in ways you never expected. I want y'all to leave here today not just inspired, but ready to take action, because when you truly put God first, ain't nothing that can stop you. Good luck, stay blessed, and thank you.